Welcome to the Bullring, where we cover all things short track racing. I'm your host, Jim Tretow, and joined this week by my co-host when it comes to the ASA Stars National Tour broadcast on Track TV, Adam Mackey. Adam, welcome into the Bullring.
Hey, it's great to be here, Jim.
We had a big race this past weekend. We're going to talk a lot about Cole Butcher and his successes. As a matter of fact, we're going to have Cole on the show. We also are looking ahead to Dominion Raceway, and I know it's a track that I'm looking forward to getting to, Adam. There's a lot to talk about here on the program tonight. But let's talk about a moment about Cole Butcher and how good he was again at Five Flag Speedway.
Cole has it figured out, doesn't he, when it comes to Five Flag Speedway? We know he wants that Snowball Derby win. The luck hasn't been there for him in December. He's had great race cars in the past, but the last 2 years for these Stars races, what unbelievably good he is and how good he is on the bottom lane and able to pull off passes, and he was able to make it happen on that late restart. You know he loves going to Pensacola.
As they climbed into this show and taking this on in 2025 to promote all sorts of short track racing, I shared a few elements about what I get to do in short track racing, and that is growing up in the sport. I think it's about time we talk about Adam Mackey a little bit and how you got involved in the sport and now gotten to the position where you and I get to call some really cool big-time races.
It all started back in Midvale, Ohio, where I grew up. I was within a mile of the racetrack. Midvale Speedway, still there. Long-time facility. It's a beautiful facility now, one of the nicest racetracks in the country when it comes to short tracks. The former promoters have done a great job, and the current promoters doing a great job. Started with the Talati family, moved on to Randy Smith and his family, and then he sold it, bought it back, made a lot of improvements, put tons of money into the place. It's a beautiful track. Hated to leave there, honestly, to move to work for Track Enterprises. But I've done the Midvale Speedway thing for, I think, 17 years as a worker, official, announcer. Then moved on to come here to Track Enterprises. Along the way, Speed 51, worked a lot for them over the years, which turned into Racing America. I've done a lot of snowball derbies. I've done a lot of World Series. Those are two of my favorite weeks of the year. CRA is kind of what got me this job. CRA is kind of what got me to the level of doing stuff for Track Enterprises, and as well as the Snowball Derby and the World Series. So I got a lot to say. And then Main Event Racing Series, that kind of started before CRA came along. So it was just open opportunities, and you just do a little bit more each year, and all of a sudden we're doing the Stars Tour on a weekly basis when we have races, and they've been a lot of fun over the last few years.
There's a lot more to your schedule too, Adam. I know as an employee of Track Enterprises, you have a lot of responsibilities. Track Enterprises owns the ASA Racing Series. They have a relationship with the Southern Super Series, but it's a day-to-day CRA, day-to-day ASA Midwest Tour, and day-to-day CRA divisions, which I know is close to your heart, and they're heading back to your home state this weekend, or in a couple weekends' time.
Yeah, absolutely. Shady Bull Speedway for Cabin Fever. It's an annual event. I think it started back at Plymouth Speedway when it was asphalt before it turned to dirt. Now it's back to asphalt again, but started, I believe, at Plymouth Speedway. Then it went to Lucas Oil Raceway for a long time. They had a lot of bad luck with weather there, and now it's been at Shady Bull for the last few years, and this is scheduled to be the fourth season in a row. We're trying to work with Mother Nature a little bit right now on the weekend's forecast. We're keeping our fingers crossed. We're set to race this Sunday at 2 o'clock. We're kind of looking at all options. We'll probably make an update for fans tomorrow to see where we're at, and hopefully it's going to be good news.
So that's this weekend, Shady Bull Racing. If you can't get to Ohio to watch it, you can watch it on Racing America. And I think it's really cool that you and I have had the pleasure and really the opportunity, Adam, to get to some really cool places, whether it be in California or Florida or, as you mentioned, the World Series of Asphalt Stock Car Racing in the middle of winter. That really helps me gear up, but I know there's a lot of gearing up to do when it comes to preparation. What kind of things do you have to put into a race broadcast that people may not realize how much it does take to get situated and ready for calling a 2-hour race or maybe 6 divisions on a given weekend?
You know, nobody does as much homework as this guy, Jim Tretow. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm not asking for that reason.
All week long, but in all seriousness, you do way more homework than almost any of us do. That said, you know, during the week, just working in it day in and day out like we do, full-time jobs with Track Enterprises. Now, I'm working on like 6 events right now, so it's a little bit tough to sit in front of the computer and pull a lot of stats. But when you're calling the same guys week after week, we've seen these guys race for several years, or some of them for many, many years. That gives you your backstory a little bit. You talk to a few guys down in the pits, and then we go call a race just like we're race fans, because that's what we are, Jim. We just get to go announce and talk about racing like we did this past Sunday.
Now, one thing I really want to touch on is that the ASA Stars National Tour, now the title sponsor Appalachian Sucker Punch, has expanded this year in welcoming in teams to become a Platinum Team member. There's 14 ASA Platinum Team owners and drivers that we know will be at every ASA Stars race. So for you and me, the preparation is going to be easier to follow at least 14 drivers that are in every race rather than, say, when I covered the ARCA Menard Series. I think one year there were 112 drivers and only 5 of them ran every race. So, I mean, This is amazing for the fans and for just getting those stories told, isn't it?
It's not only easier as an announcer to have those 14 or 15 drivers locked in going to an event, it's a lot easier as a promoter. Going to Dominion next week, you know you've got 14 or 15 drivers that are going to be there. Now we just got to add 5, 10 drivers to it, and you've got a full field of race cars. Helps out a ton when you're trying to promote the event. I was putting together a Dominion video commercial over the last couple of days, and to be able to use Stephen Nasse and Bubba Pollard and Derek Thorne and the guys that everybody looks at as super late model stars, to be able to go into a race and you know you're going to have those stars every race is a big deal.
Yeah, and it really takes out the question mark, is Bubba Pollard going to show up? Yes, at every ASA Stars race he will be there. Will Stephen Nasse be there? Yes. Will Cole Butcher be there? Yes. Cole Butcher's a guest on this show, as well as a gentleman who represents Dominion Raceway in the Marketing Communication Department, Brandon Fuller. Adam, can you stick around with us for a little while longer? I'd like to have your take on how things go as we co-host this Bullring with some really interesting guests here yet to come. Can you stick around for us?
Absolutely. I'm going to stick around. I don't want to miss it.
We're looking forward to more on the Bullring here in a moment. Stick around. Enjoy these messages. We'll be right back with more on the Bullring.
NASCAR is returning to the historic Rockingham Speedway for 2 days of racing you don't want to miss. Friday, April 18th, the Black's Tire 200. See the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in person. Then a doubleheader on Saturday, April 19th. First, ARCA Menard Series East. And then the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 presented by Black's Tire. Witness Casey Kane make his big return as he races in the Xfinity Series. Be at the only NASCAR Races Easter weekend. Buy your tickets now at racetherock.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Get ready, race fans. The Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour makes its first ever stop at Dominion Raceway. Saturday, April 5th, the nation's best super late model drivers go wheel to wheel in the Appalachian Sucker Punch 250 presented by Jones Utilities. The event winners Gavin Bushell and Cole Butcher take on Bubba Pollard, Stephen Nasse, Derek Thorne, and many more. Be there for history in the making. Saturday, April 5th, Dominion Raceway. Super late models and legend cars. Get your tickets now at DominionRaceway.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Racing returns to the legendary Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park for the 51st annual Icebreaker Weekend, March 29th and 30th. The Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series hits the track Saturday, March 29th, along with the Pro All-Stars Series Super Late Models, Pro Trucks, Street Stocks, and more. Sunday, March 30th, catch a Sunoco Modifieds, Late Models, SK Lights, and Street Stocks. It's the 51st Icebreaker Weekend at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, live on Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring. There's a lot of great racing upcoming here on Racing America and Track TV. Check out these upcoming races. Hope to see you there. We love covering short track races. As a matter of fact, I get the chance to call a lot of great races, including this past Sunday's race at Five Flag Speedway, the Sunshine State 200, presented by Appalachian Sucker Punch. It was race number 2 of the ASA Stars National Tour season. Let's take a look back at the race highlights here on the Bullring.
The youngin, Carson Brown to his outside. The veteran, Matt Craig, are underway at Pensacola.
Speedway problems early for the veteran from Georgia.
Allard committed to racing this entire schedule. Finished 9th in New Smyrna Speedway. This is really the track he's shined the brightest. 17 straight snowball derbies, and Pollard is stopping on the backstretch.
Yeah, Fredrickson, 28th, has fallen out with those transmission issues. Our buddy Shepard, Noggle, and Klein have each
goes
down Klein into the wall.
The two cars were fighting for the final spot in the free pass category.
With terrible luck for Casey Klein, who is not happy with Nicholas Noggle.
By finishing first in stage 1, Carson Brown has picked up $500. The teams, once pits are open, can elect to pit. This will be a controlled caution. They don't have to come to pit road. My thinking is some will, some won't. Carson Brown stays out, and the rest of the field comes down.
He ducked down to the flat of turn 3, looked like he was coming to the pits, and then he took the right to stay on the racetrack.
And if he comes to pit road the next lap around, he will not be able to retain his restart position. Got to commit when the pits are open. That's a rule.
But one of the crew guys did say there's some sort of miscommunication between the driver, the spotter, and the light there at the end of pit road. They were under the impression that light was still red, so he pulled back up onto the racetrack at the last moment. They have been pleading their case with ASA Stars National Tour officials.
Led by Cole Butcher and Matt Craig.
As the field slows, second time today that Dustin Smith in the 112 has had an issue. Soggy Grove prepared car is off the pace.
And there is the end of stage 2 officially. The MSD Ignition Box end of stage 2 awards 10 points to the first place finisher on down to 1 point for finishing 10th. Back to Green Flag Racing to run to the finish here. The Sunshine State 200. Cole Butcher leads us into turn 1. Matt Craig stays to his outside. Craig's got a good run off of 2. Butcher maybe got a half an inch or an inch too low off of 2. Caught a bump and now lost the spot momentarily.
Matt Craig does it via the outside lane. He will lead lap number 154 at the line. North Carolina driver Matt Craig out front. The Sunshine State 200. Butcher not done yet.
Great views from on board the car. Running third, Gavin Boschel. This is the race for the lead. Could it be for the win? As tightly compacted these cars are and as close there in speeds, getting the run to the front is everything for Matt Craig. Still on the outside.
Craig led that lap, but the next one, it might be a different story because Butcher takes over in turn 2, gets his car up to speed.
Behind me, I got to figure out if I run my line this way, run it that way. A whole set of agendas have changed now as Jake Garcia goes to the inside of Matt Craig. Craig had nothing to do but give him a little bit of room into turn 3.
And there's Garcia, the hand wave out the window, said, "Thank you for giving me room." And the field will slow on the front straightaway. We have a yellow flag for Nicholas Noggle with 5 laps to go. 5 laps remain, and Noggle brings out a yellow after about a 45-lap green flag run.
Through the gears for the final time. It's Cole Butcher up at turn number 4. Coming to the green. The only 2 flags remain are the white and the checkered, and Cole Butcher leads us into turn number 1. For the second time in a row, Cole Butcher comes off at turn 4 and wins the Sunshine State 200 at Pensacola's Five Flag Speedway.
What an exciting finish. What a dominating race by Cole Butcher, who's now joining us on the Bullring. I'm Jim Tretow along with Adam Mackey. And Adam, I'm telling you, for a while there we thought, boy, these young kids, they got something for them. Then Cole put it on them, didn't they?
He did. You know, it looked a lot like 2024 at the racetrack when that 28 car was wicked fast. He came to the front. Nobody had anything for him down the stretch. We thought that late race restart might not go so well because anything can happen, but he handled it extremely well.
Cole, what was that like having up to like a 4-second lead and then a caution with 5 to go? Changed, I think, a lot of people's minds on what may happen next.
Just kind of came back to a couple races that happened last year, whether that be the last Blizzard race of the year where we lost the lead to Casey Roderick. And then, you know, Pensacola's treated us really well the last couple of years, but it's also treated us really bad. So I just scrubbed my tires the whole caution, and I felt pretty confident in it. But you know how it goes. Anything can happen with 4 laps to go.
And you've been close. This is only your 5th. I say only. It's only your 5th win in the ASA Stars National Tour. You probably have about 10 you want back given the circumstance. But when it comes to that racetrack, last year and this year, You guys seem to be in a different mindset, and a lot of people are saying, how can we catch the 28? We've got nothing for them. How does that work?
It's just we grind. Everybody at Wilson Motorsports grinds throughout the week and on the weekend. So can't thank them enough for everything they do for me and my teammates. But we're just keeping up with it with the different tires that they've thrown at us and just all the different rules and everything coming up. My guys and Bond Suss has just done a great job just tailoring the car to me.
The car was obviously hooked up. Long green flag run. You had over a 4-second lead built up. But on the 50 lap to go restart, Matt Craig was able to use the outside lane and lead a couple of laps. How did you avoid that from happening with 2 laps to go?
I just got a good jump. I kind of made a mistake on that one restart. I think I gave him a little bit too much room, and I made sure I gave him the minimal room on that restart. So, yeah, I can't thank those guys enough for racing me clean. Me and Matt have a lot of respect for each other, along with Jake Garcia. So, yeah, we were able to come out on top without barely any marks except for that left front fender from turn 1 wall.
You were not alone with that, but that seemed to be where you had to be. How many times do you think you got a little sniff of that wall, whether it be practice or qualifying or during the race, Cole?
I think I got it like 4 times. I know I got it once in practice and a couple times in the race, but it was pretty good.
Hey, you've got some young teammates that you're racing with this year in George Phillips and this other kid named Gavin Moschel. They've been fast. They've not been as fast as you have been. How's that been, knowing that these young talents are being brought to the team and certainly are making a presence known already this year?
They're great kids. We get along with all of them. George is a great guy. He has a great family behind him, along with Gavin. I mean, they're all hungry to win. They're all putting the effort. We all train together over at TPC, and yeah, they're just determined to win just as I am. So it's great to have a great bunch, like I said, at Wilson Motorsports, and just having some good teammates along with it.
I've gotten to know Bon Suss a long time ago, and he was a national champion crew chief in the old ASA National Tour. But since those days, he's always seemed to have a presence and a mindset of really knowing his driver, knowing the racetrack, and studying beyond. And his role with Wilson Motorsports is deep, and including Toyota development. I've seen him in different racetracks. I've seen him at the Chili Bowl. I've seen him out west working with Toyota drivers. How does that help you in your program when you get a chance to just lock in with Bond and he can set aside those other things he's working on?
Yeah, Bond's a very busy man, as everybody knows, but we make time throughout the week to make sure we go over our pre-race plans, our setup plans, and what we need to be better as a team, whether that be the 28 or as a whole under Wilson Motorsports. So Bond's a great guy to have. We also have Dennis at the shop, James, Will, Jerry, just a great group of guys, like I said, and everybody's learning each and every day. But definitely having Bond on my team is very special. Like, everybody knows who he is. He has so many wins under his belt. So hopefully we can run the whole season this year without any health issues or any issues, and put him and get him another championship.
Speaking of health issues, everything is good, no changes, everything is set to go?
Oh, yeah, everything's great. Got a little boy, 7-month-old, so that's the only thing that might slow me down a little bit throughout the week. But other than that, everything else is going pretty good.
Sleeping a little less, I would guess.
I don't know. He usually gets up maybe once or twice a night, but your body's kind of used to it by now, so it's not really the issue.
So looking ahead to Dominion, have you raced there before? You've had a great start to the season. You're 1 point out of the point lead, and I know it's early. It's 2 races into 12. Gavin Bichelle leading by 1 point over Cole Butcher. But Dominion, looking ahead to that track, beautiful facility. Have you raced there? What kind of experience do you have there? What do you know about the place? And have you tested there?
Yeah, so we tested Dominion probably 2 weeks ago. Very nice facility. Has everything you pretty well need. A gas station as soon as you drive in. A beautiful hotel within 100 feet from the racetrack. Just everything that a racetrack would need. So we're definitely looking forward to racing there. Great surface. I think it's going to be, it's going to be an interesting race. Definitely a bottom lane racetrack, like a lot of them are in the South, but I don't know. Supers are going to be really fast there, and I think it's going to be really hard to pass. So I think qualifying is going to be key to being successful at Dominion.
So other teams, no doubt, will have a crack at maybe getting some laps in before we get there. You got some practice sessions on Friday. At what point do you guys, because again, you guys have been one of the most experienced teams in the ASA Stars, let's just put it that way, it's a fact. What time do you guys switch over? When you guys have that feel, when do you switch over from qualifying mode to maybe put some old shoes on there and get in for some long runs in a given weekend?
Well, I think you're limited to the tires you get, so every set of tires will go on will be a mock run. But we pretty well focus a lot on the long runs, especially with this tire now. That dirty, it just plays a factor with dirty air. I've never experienced such a thing, but with this tire, it just gets really your car just handles so different in traffic right now. So we've been kind of focusing on that lately. But definitely you got to put 2 solid laps down because where you qualify kind of determines how the rest of your night's going to go.
I want to speak as well as an ASA Platinum driver. We have Cole Butcher with us here as an ASA Platinum driver, meaning you'll be at every race with this 28 team. The Atlantic Tilt-Told Toyota will be everywhere that the ASA Stars goes. How much does that change your mindset knowing that you've got 13, 14, 15 other teams that are going to be there every race, not just wondering, hey, am I going to have to face this guy who's really good in this racetrack or this region, but they're good all the time, every race now this year?
I mean, I think it's good. It's good to have security that you're going to have 10, 15 teams at every single race compared to previously years when you didn't really know. So we look forward to racing the Anthony Campis, the Steven Nasseys, the Austin Nasons, the Austin Suttons, all those guys. I mean, they're great drivers and they're a great team. So I think it's just going to be a great season, and may the best man win.
Cole, we get to see you and your brother Jared on occasion, say like at Snowflake Snowball Derby time. Are you guys working in the shop at Donnie Wilson in Charlotte? Are you guys involved every day in the shop? What are your roles when it comes to working there or as you go about your business? Is it always at the race shop? Is that your main job?
So I do logistics for my family trucking company. So usually in the morning I'll go to TPC, workout, swing over to the race shop for a couple hours, just go through things, or just lend a helping hand when needed. But I also have 2 Pro Late models over there, so I like to get my hands dirty and work on those. My brother's going to be racing one here in a couple weeks at Orange County, so I got to get my button gear and get that thing ready to go. So I like to be hands-on, like I said, with everything, but I definitely make an effort to go to the shop at least once a day. Not as much as I used to, because I got a little 7-month-old, so it's not as easy to work on things anymore. So, yeah, but definitely, I definitely love to be hands-on, and I just like the atmosphere at our race shop.
Cole, when it comes to having a young son, how does that change things? Are you worried about, okay, I need to bring home a new bib, I need to bring home that cool onesie I saw with the race car on it from that race souvenir shop kind of thing? It's kind of probably added a different mode and perspective to what you're doing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool experience. Definitely whenever you go to a store like a Buc-ee's, I had to buy him this beaver outfit. We haven't put him in it yet, but yeah, just like those little things, or like the Snowball Derby last year, he had the same shirts on that the rest of the crew had, so it was just cool. You're just creating memories. So it's just that special moment we all have together, and I'll be able to watch him grow, and then when it's his turn, I'll be able to watch him race if that's what he chooses to do.
All right, I got to ask you this: when you have your son in the Buc-ee's outfit, can we find it on social? Are you going to post it there? I got to see that.
Yeah, I'll have to do it. I have to do it soon because he keeps growing.
Real quick, like Cole, you mentioned your son making memories. When you were a young kid, what memories and what got you into racing? How did your career start?
So I remember kind of at home, they're kind of more strict on who's allowed in the pits. So I think you have to be over like 16. So I remember like one time my dad snuck me into the pits when I was like 7 and eating McDonald's on the back of an open trailer. So I just remember those types of things. And then, fast forward ahead, I raced motocross for probably 10 years, raced Bandoleros, legend cars, and now we're here, Pro Late Model, Super Late Model racing. So back in Canada, it's a family sport. We don't have any full-time guys that are hired. It's just everybody's volunteered. So Tuesday night is usually our shop night. So, just the memories you have with your friends, your family. It's just a cool experience to be able to work on your race car with your dad or your brother. And that's kind of what we did back home.
Success always follows as well, being a 2-time international champion, as well as a 2-time Oxford 250 race winner in recent years, and now a 5-time ASA Stars National Tour race winner. Hey, Cole, thanks for your time tonight. Congrats again on the big win. It was big to see that, and I think it set the tone as well. You got to step up if you want to beat Cole Butcher one of these ASA Stars races. We appreciate your time here on the Bullring.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough, and we look forward to doing this again.
If he wins, he's on the show. Let's make a deal right now. We might see a lot of Cole Butcher here on the Bullring after that performance. Hey, Adam Mackey, thanks for joining us on the program. We're back with more on the Bullring here in just a moment.
NASCAR is returning to the historic Rockingham Speedway for 2 days of racing you don't want to miss. Friday, April 18th, the Black's Tire 200. See the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in person. Then a doubleheader on Saturday, April 19th. First, ARCA Menards Series East. And then the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 presented by Black's Tire. Witness Casey Kane make his big return as he races in the Xfinity Series. Be at the only NASCAR Races Easter weekend. Buy your tickets now at racetherock.com.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Calling all race fans. We have launched a new travel site where the race fans can enjoy free savings and upgrades on all of their travel needs. RacerTravel.com is free to join and unlocks unpublished bookings and rates for our racing community. Up to 50% off on more than 1 million rooms across the U.S. and Canada with unpublished discounts on hotel bookings. Unlock a hidden selection of hotels and rates that cater to your travel preferences. Whether you're heading out to the track as a competitor, fan, or anything in between, use Racer Travel for all your race, business, and vacation travel needs.
Race fans, get ready! CRA Cabin Fever is coming to Shady Bull Speedway in DeGraff, Ohio, Sunday, March 30th. See 4 CRA late models, CRA street stocks, modifieds, and Force compacts battle it out in a thrilling season opener. Racing starts at 2 p.m. Don't miss the action. Tickets available at the gate on race day. For more info, visit ShadyBullSpeedway.rocks. Sunday, March 30th, Shady Bull Speedway. When the green flag drops, the excitement begins.
Get ready, race fans. America's favorite short track roars back to life Saturday, April 5th for the 121st season opener at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Featuring 7 local divisions, Pro Late Models, Big Machine Vodka Super Trucks, Pascal Heating and Air Limited Late Models, S Doctor Frontrunners, U.S. Air Force Legends, and CP Racewear Bandoleros battling it out on the quarter mile and the 5/8 mile track. For more information and advanced sale discounted tickets, visit www.nashvillefairgroundsspeedway.racing. Season opener Saturday, April 5th.
Welcome back to the Bullring. Look forward to seeing you a lot this year on Racing America and Track TV. Here's a look at the 2025 Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour schedule. 2 races of the 10 have already been run. New Smyrna Speedway, the winner is Gavin Bushell. Cole Butcher put it on him at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. Next up, Dominion Raceway for the Appalachian Sucker Punch 250, our first trip to Virginia in the 3rd season of the ASA Stars National Tour. Hello again, I'm Jim Tretow. Welcome back to the Bullring with Adam Mackey. He and I get to share the call on these ASA Stars races. We're now joined by Marketing Communications Man in Charge at Dominion Raceway, where we're headed to on April 5th on a Saturday night to run the ASA Stars race number 3. Let's welcome in Brandon Fuller to the Bullring. Brandon, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me so much.
I have been looking forward to this. I've been watching videos online. I have been studying the racetrack. I enjoyed the fact you have a road course separate from the oval. What else is going on at Dominion Raceway before we get there?
Oh, man, there's a whole lot going on at Dominion Raceway right now. We are just getting into the swing of things. Just this past weekend, we had a little concert in the Groove. We had a tribute to Tom Petty. We had street racing. We had HPDREs, so high-performance driving education on the 2-mile 12-turn road course, and we also had a sold-out track attack. So almost all of our track events on the road course starting out in the spring have been sold out or almost sold out already. So it's we're having some beautiful weather so far. The spring has sprung, and we're excited to get to it. We're excited to have you guys on April 5th.
And Brandon, I know talking to Adam Mackey earlier on the program, he talked about his origins and his start, and I've seen a few pictures of you online holding the microphone. How did you get involved in the track this deeply after perhaps just being a track announcer and then catching on with a really cool venue?
Well, one opportunity led to another. I know a couple of years ago they had posted they were looking for an oval track announcer, looking for somebody to do some victory lane announcing. I threw my name in the hat, and they gave me the opportunity to do it. I was super grateful to take that opportunity and run with it. The acting communication director at the time, he moved back to Washington State to be closer with his family. So the position became available, and they looked at me to see if I knew anybody that would be interested, and I threw my hand up, and here we are. So I'm forever grateful to the Britt family for giving me the opportunity to take charge of the track and kind of head up this whole wonderful facility, because there is a lot going on there. It's extremely fun. It's a very rewarding job, very stressful at times, as you can imagine. But extremely rewarding. So I'm very grateful and excited to be there.
Adam Mackey,
Brandon,
you're looking forward to it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being there. Brandon, when it comes to the track, we've heard how nice Dominion Raceway is. It's nice to work at a beautiful facility. It just eliminates a lot of issues you may have at different facilities. When it comes to the racetrack, whether it be the road course, whether it be the asphalt circle track, what are like your top 2 or 3 biggest events of the year? Obviously, we want to make this Stars event coming up Saturday, April 5th, one of the big ones. But coming into the season, what is always a big event for you guys?
Big event is actually going to be the third annual. It's actually, we've kind of rebranded the race. It's going to be the Triple Memorial 200 this year. It used to be the Dickie Boswell Memorial 200 late model stock car race. So we sort of rebranded that to the Triple Memorial 200 that pays homage to Roy Hendrick, Dickie Boswell, and Blake Morris, the late son of Philip Morris. So that's always an exciting event. Has a lot of history behind that, and we all know we all love our history when it comes to short track racing. So that's always exciting. Another big one we always have, of course, the Cars Tour. They come to town. They're always a great show, as well as the Smart Mod. So we have some good stuff on the oval track. But we also have a lot of stuff that we do on the road course. The road course is a big part of what we do here as well. We just had, of course, the Oval Asphalt Nationals back with the NX Legends back in October. We just had the Winter Heat there in January and March for the NX Legends and Bandos as well on the road course. And we'll be hosting Road Course World Finals in September on the road course as well. So that's it's a lot of exciting developments all around the facility, and more events continue to get put on the horizon as we take a look at those and determine if they're viable events or not.
I think super late models coming there is going to draw a lot of attention. I think fans are clamoring to see super late models race there. The big names, Pollard, Nassie, Thorne, Cole Butcher, the guys that we've been talking about that run full-time with our series.
Yep.
Do you think the fans are, they're going to come out in droves? We're going to have a packed house next week?
I believe there's been some murmurs, there's been some rumblings. I definitely posted that 14.5-second lap that they were running out of practice a couple of weeks ago. They are extremely fast, extremely loud. I mean, it's exactly what you look for in a Saturday night race. So I did a little research myself. I did see we had back in 2016, our inaugural season, we had the Pro Cup, the K&N East Pro Series was here. Spencer Davis actually took home the win there, and I see Spencer Davis is ASA Stars driver. He was just racing this past weekend. So Spencer Davis might have a little leg up on some of the competition, as he's already been in victory lane here at Dominion.
Man, I would love to see some of the late model stock legends. You mentioned some really cool names there with Philip Morris. I mean, Wouldn't it be cool if Peyton Sellers got a ride? That kind of stuff would just excite me to no end, you know what I mean? As far as the traditions go. But Virginia is such a rich history, and it's going to be so cool to have the Appalachian Sucker Punch 250 in the home state of Appalachian Sucker Punch and the Heritage Distillery there. It's going to be really cool happening, and I'm hoping that people really embrace it and say, man, that's what it's about. I've been reading about that. I've been watching that. Now we get a chance to see it in the Commonwealth. It's going to be kind of exciting. What kind of reaction has there been from fans and sponsors and the general buzz heading into the big race?
Well, it sounds like Appalachian Heritage Distillery has got a big part in this whole process and this big race here at Dominion, as well as Jones Utility. They're the presenting sponsor as well for the big race. 250 laps. That's a lot of laps at Dominion, and I think one of the biggest things I've been hearing about is the excitement, not only for the race itself, but just the facility, how nice the facility is. The food and beverages that we have to offer. I don't like to say concessions because it's a full restaurant, bar and grill style offering, and we have luxury suites as well. We have the grotto on the third floor where it's truly one of the best seats in the house, probably one of the best seats in racing. You've got right at the window. You can order bar and food service come right to you. You don't have to miss any of the action. We've got a huge jumbotron right there in the oval. You can see all the replay action live. And then we have the TVs all the way throughout the facility. I know you guys will be streaming the race live. We'll be pumping that back out through the facility. So if you're even downstairs in the second floor of the 118 Bar and Grill, you're standing at concession, you're ordering some of those hand-breaded, freshly battered chicken tenders, you're not going to miss any of the action. The race is going to be right above you.
Real quick, Brandon, you've talked a lot about the racetrack. A lot of us have never been to the area. What's in the area? Where do we need to go after the races? Where do we need to go before the races? A lot of us travel. We're not from around there. I've never, hardly ever been to Virginia. So tell me what's around this place.
So the beautiful thing about this place is it is centrally located off of I-95, Thornburg, Virginia, exit 118. It is right off the interstate, right off the major highway, pretty much in between Richmond and in between D.C. So, if you're coming in town a little bit early, you have the opportunity to go up, see the Capitol. You have the opportunity to go down to Richmond. There's a bunch of great food down in Richmond. But surrounding us, Friday night when you guys come to town on the 4th, you're going to have everybody there practicing, of course, open practice on Friday night for the ASAs. As well as for the legends are going to be practicing. We have no prep street racing. So on Friday night, you can come hang out. You can grab a room at the True by Hilton right there that overlooks the facility. And you can stay the weekend and really have a blast right there on site. Really not have to go far. But if you do want to make a trip of it, you're pretty centrally located to some very cool places. Of course, we do in the future, we'll have Kalahari Indoor Water Park is going to be opening right off the same exit. So there's a bunch of development that's coming to the area, and Dominion Raceway, we started that trend off that exit there and built it up.
That sounds so exciting. And I know we have the schedule. You mentioned Friday practice. Saturday we get out of business. About 1 o'clock, things get going in earnest with practice for the ASA Stars National Tour. Qualifying in the afternoon, and the popular all-driver on-track autograph session will happen right before the race. The race is supposed to go off about 7:30 or so our coverage, I think, will start around 7 o'clock Eastern time, or maybe a little before that on Track TV. It's going to be exciting to be part of this, Brandon. I imagine there's a lot of things you guys have had to do, or is it just another big race you're hosting here? Is there a lot that has been done to accommodate the ASA Stars and Legends coming up on April 5th?
Well, certainly, with the ASA Stars coming in, obviously it being the first race of our 2025 season, we're getting the facility prepped up. We're painting the walls, we're putting up banners, we're putting up the signage, and we're throwing mulch down. The whole nine, just getting it prepped up, making it beautiful for everybody to come out and enjoy. But then, just kind of doing some behind-the-scenes work with Adam, getting some marketing things going, interviewing some drivers. We've got another gentleman that just joined us, Thomas Moore. He's been doing great editing some videos for us. So he's got a few interviews that we'll be posting soon with some of those drivers, like Gavin Boschel and others. So it's just been, all of the logistics behind the scenes, getting ticketing up and all that stuff. That's, something that we're doing. So the old joke here is, as a communications director, the joke is there's more to communications than just communications. So I got my hands full, but I'm very blessed and happy to be a part of it.
Hey, we're looking forward to it. For those who are still planning their summer schedule and perhaps can't make it, but they're going to watch us on Track TV, where can we find out more on socials and on the web when it comes to Dominion Raceway, Brandon?
You got to follow us on Dominion Raceway, at Dominion Raceway on X, Instagram, Facebook. You can go to the website. Of course, we've got all the ways you can download, you can get your tickets digitally. So you can go onto the website. You can check out the event on Facebook. You can just click right on the buy tickets. You can click on our event tab. That's going to take you right to that ASA Stars Super Late link so you can buy those tickets. And, gates open at 4 o'clock. The Legends will hit the track at 5, and then shortly after that, we'll settle things down. We'll get the ASAs out on track at 6 to start that class autograph and on all that exciting pre-race. I believe I've got somebody lined up to do some music as well while we're out there. So a little race and rock action, definitely to keep us entertained while we're grabbing those autographs from those hero cards.
Brandon, Adam, Mackey, and I are certainly looking forward to seeing you there. It's going to be awesome to get to Dominion Raceway for the first time for the ASA Stars. First time for us as well. It's going to be a great show. I'd like to remind you again, it's coming your way Saturday, April 5th. The Appalachian Sucker Punch 250 ASA Stars National Tour Race, live on Track TV, live at Dominion Raceway. Hope to see you there. Adam, Mackey, it's been a pleasure seeing you on this edition of the Bullring. We'll catch you in Virginia in a few weeks' time.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it. More on the Bullring when we come back after these messages.
Get ready, race fans. The Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour makes its first ever stop at Dominion Raceway. Saturday, April 5th, the nation's best super late model drivers go wheel to wheel in the Appalachian Sucker Punch 250 presented by Jones Utility. The event winners Gavin Bichelle and Cole Butcher take on Bubba Pollard, Stephen Nassie, Eric Thorne, and many more. Be there for history in the making. Saturday, April 5th, Dominion Raceway. Super late models and legend car. Get your tickets now at DominionRaceway.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Race fans, get ready! CRA Cabin Fever is coming to Shady Bull Speedway in DeGraff, Ohio, Sunday, March 30th. See 4 CRA late models, CRA street stocks, modifieds, and Force compacts battle it out in a thrilling season opener. Racing starts at 2 p.m. Don't miss the action. Tickets available at the gate on race day. For more info, visit ShadyBullSpeedway.rocks. Sunday, March 30th, Shady Bull Speedway. When the green flag drops, the excitement begins.
Racing returns to the legendary Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park for the 51st Annual Icebreaker Weekend, March 29th and 30th. The Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series hits the track Saturday, March 29th, along with the Pro All-Stars Series Super Late Models, Pro Trucks, Street Stocks, and more. Sunday, March 30th, catch the Sunoco Modifieds, Late Models, SK Lights, and Street Stocks. It's the 51st Icebreaker Weekend at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, live on Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring. I'm Jim Tretow. Our recent guest, Spencer Davis, was really hot. Matter of fact, we talked to him before he raced at Hickory Motor Speedway in the Pro All-Star Series. His return to that series in some 8 or 9 years. Let's see how Spencer did as we look at the highlights of the Easter Bunny 150 weekend at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Here they come out of turn 4. Remember, the initial start in passes right down around the start-finish line. Here they come. Green flag is out. Garrett Hall, a really good start on the outside. He'll quickly take the lead as the field works down the back straightaway. Ripley back into second. Brandon Varney looking up to his outside. A couple of young drivers that we could see in past competition for years to come. Barney, the 2023 Pass Modified champion, in that 12V, trying to take second away here from Silas Ripley. Now Joey Dwyering going to look down on the inside of Quapple. Side by side down the back straightaway. Ford on the inside, Chevrolet on the outside. Dwyering kind of scrubs the inside of that 35 as he goes by. So Quapple now back to 6th in the 88, trying to hold off Nick Cusack. That's back for 11th, actually 12th. And Cusack will take it. Whoa, a lot of contact there between Brandon Varney and Silas Ripley. Everybody has to check up. That's going to allow Spencer Davis to move up to 3rd. Good driving there, but look, some damage to the nose of Joey Dwyring's car from that contact. Now the battle for second. Back behind them, actually, Joey Dwyering looking down the inside of Ripley, and in front, here comes Davis down the inside of Brandon Varney. He takes second. Varney back to 3rd. Dwyering up to 4th, and Silas Ripley back to 5th. Close quarters racing right now, closing in on the 1/3 mark. And Spencer Davis is ready to go because he sees his rearview mirror filling up with that 73D of Joey Dwyering. Down the inside of Hall as they go back into turn 1. And looks like Spencer Davis going to be able to clear into turn 3. Give Spencer Davis the lead here. Up front, here comes Dwyering. He's got to run to the inside of Garrett Hall. Hall gave him a lot of room there going into turn 1. Dwyering now trying to draw alongside. He's there as they go into turn number 1. Hall not going to put up a fight. Dwyering up to 2nd. Garrett Hall back to 3rd. 17. And he could well be on his way to his... Whoa, we got a spin here on the front straightaway. 21 of Mark Henderson going around, and this is exactly what Spencer Davis did not want to see. He had grown his lead to 2.6 seconds over Joey Dwyering in 2nd. Here they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Not a good start for Spencer Davis. We'll have to see how the officials look at that. If they think that Joey Dwyering got an advantage there or not, we'll find out. Spencer Davis going after him, though. He gives him a pop in turn 4. Based on the lap times, it looked like Davis was clearly better than Dwyering in that last run. Here he goes. He gets a look to the inside. Side by side for the lead here in the Easter Bunny 150. Leaders almost banged doors that time out of turn number 4. Davis down on the apron. That's going to upset the 96 car some. Here comes Dwyering back on the outside. And Dwyering going to have the advantage here going back into turn number 1. Now Davis better run this time, but you can see how hard these drivers are working those steering wheels here. Davis trying to get it as he looks back down the inside again of Dwyering. They go back into turn 1. More contact. Dwyering sideways. Contact again. Here comes Davis. Trying to get Joey Dwyering out of the way. Dwyering trying to sweep the weekend. Davis looking for his first win. 5 laps to go. Back to turn number 1. And Dwyering having all kinds of trouble handling that car. Gets bumped up the racetrack a little bit. Now Davis has got to run to the inside. Here they come out of turn number 4, and Davis back to the lead with 4 to go. Dwyering right back in behind him. He gets into Davis. Turns him sideways. Backs off. Here he goes. Gets a run to the inside of Davis. Let him gather the car back up. Davis able to hold on now here with 3 to go. Back into turn number 1 again. This is where they made contact last lap. Dwyering's going to get a good run. Davis had a terrible run out of turn 2. Dwyering will look to the inside. And while that's going on here with 2 laps to go, Garrett Hall has cleared himself a lap traffic. Now Davis, he's going to get into the back of the wire and almost tears the nose off of the 96 car. Keep an eye on Garrett Hall. He's coming from third. Davis moves the wiring up the racetrack. Garrett Hall going to look down the inside. White flag is out. Out of turn number 2 they go. Dwyron back in second. Not going to be able to make a run here on Spencer Davis. As the heavyweights battled, Spencer Davis will take the checkered flag in his first career pass win and first win in the Easter Bunny 150. Joey Dwyron not too happy, and let Spencer Davis know it, as it was a no-holds-barred battle in the last 10 laps. But Spencer Davis able to come home with his first career pass win, and he does it here in the Easter Bunny 150.
Welcome back to the Bullring, the 51st icebreaker at Thompson Speedway. There's nothing like it. A lot of racing, 300 laps of racing on Saturday alone, and it all caps off Sunday with the NASCAR Limited Modified Tour and the Icebreaker 150. There's a lot of racing going on this weekend. For our next guest on the Bullring, let's welcome in the defending Smart Modified Tour champ, and the driver who's going to be racing for the big victory at Thompson in 2 different modified divisions, Luke Baldwin. Luke, thanks for joining us here on the Bullring.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
I imagine you're a busy guy that just said, I want to get busier. I've been racing some Pro Late models. I've been racing some modifieds in different series. Let's go NASCAR racing. What's going on this weekend in Martinsville with you guys?
Yeah, we're making our NASCAR Truck Series debut on Friday. It's really cool. We were able to put a deal together with Thor Sport Racing and to drive the 66 truck for 3 races this year, at least 3 races this year. So big day on Friday. I'm excited.
Most 18-year-olds are just hoping to get a car they like, not just the hand-me-down that grandma got them in the driveway. But you've got a chance to race some really cool stuff. What has your preparation been like for specifically the NASCAR truck debut you're going to have here in Martinsville?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of film. I've had a little bit of sim time as well. I've had 3 sim sessions at Ford. So I've kind of got a good understanding of what I'm getting myself into, but it's still definitely going to be a learning curve when I get to the track and only get like 25 minutes of practice. So.
Yeah, that's a big change, and your comfortability is obvious in the modifieds. I saw you race at New Smyrna Speedway, led the most laps in a modified big race there. I mean, it's coming to you, isn't it? I mean, it's like you're in that mindset, but why not grow it now? You're 18 and ready to take on more. It's got to be cool knowing that you got these opportunities with your family team and racing with a Pro Late model as often you have as well. Take us through some of the schedule highlights you'll have this coming year. I know that you've been busy already, starting at Cordeal, I think, in January in a Pro Late.
Yeah, like I said, we're doing those at least three truck races, and we're doing the full Smart Modified Tour, defending the championship there. As many NASCAR Wheel Modified Tour races as we can. I think 12 or 13 right now. The full Monaco Tri-Track Modified Series, 10 races there. 8 races with Brian Priest Racing and 2 races with the family car. And then we won't get to run as many Pro Late model stuff this year. We'll do maybe 4 or 5 races throughout the year, just wherever we can find gaps. But yeah, it's a super busy year, and I couldn't be more pumped.
And once you leave Martinsville Speedway, you're going to a track that you literally grew up at as a third-generation racer with Tiger Tom, your grandpa, and your dad, Tommy. Thompson Speedway is a special place. What's going to make this weekend special for you and the fans, because it is the icebreaker, the 51st icebreaker at Thompson Speedway?
Yeah, it'll be really cool. I never actually raced at Thompson, so this will be
really.
I was able to go test there last week and get some laps around it, but never raced there. So that place is unique. It's got a lot of character. It's a lot different than anywhere else you're going to go. So it's going to be a different style of racing. Learning how to race against the best, and it'll be fun. It's one of my better tracks on iRacing, if that means anything. So. Got a little bit of confidence going in, and hopefully we can carry some momentum that we had at New Smyrna and start something good with the Ryan Priest Racing.
And Luke, that's a Ryan Priest Racing car you're racing on Saturday in the 75 lapper. You can see on Racing America in the Monaco Tri-Track Championship Series. That's a neat series. It's going to be pretty competitive. And then we'll talk about Sunday. How about Saturday? Your thoughts there about the stout field you're going to be facing?
Yeah, the Tri-Track Series is growing very, very quickly. It's a really good series, ran by a great group of people. The competition it's deep. There's a lot of good cars. There's probably 15 cars that can go out and win the race. So it's going to be tough working with a new group. but you know, I have a really good relationship with Mr. Priest and all of his guys. I've worked with them in the past, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun getting not only for a new race team, driving for a new race team, but racing in a new series with not a completely different group of people, but there's going to be a lot of guys that I haven't raced before that I've been paying attention to. So Saturday is going to be a lot of fun, and then Sunday we'll roll into the tour race.
And that'll be with the Family 7 New York. That's going to be a great number on the side, but also that's the family car. That's what people are expecting to see you go up front like you've been doing the last year and a half. What are your thoughts about going to that NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour race on Sunday, 150 lapper?
Yeah, it's going to be cool to drive the 7NY at Thompson. You know, it's got a lot of history going back for years and years and years with my grandpa, and then my dad bringing cars to the racetrack. It's going to be it's going to be special for sure. That obviously that being the track that my grandpa passed away at, it's going to be special to get my first start there, being in the 7NY, and yeah, we're going to try to keep the ball rolling from where we started at New Smyrna. You know, a race-winning race car. Just a couple mistakes kept us from that, but we're going to try to eliminate those and put it in victory lane.
And one last question for you, Luke. As far as your family and the passion is obvious, the need to win is obvious. Was there any pressure on you to race or not because your dad's success and your grandpa's legendary status as a driver and everything they did as mechanics and really guys that built stuff on their own and made it into winning pieces?
No, not at all. Like growing up, I wanted to race, but as a kid, I didn't realize that it was possible. Like I didn't really know what bandoleros were. I watched my mom race one in the Better Half Dash one time, but I didn't know that kids raced them. I didn't know kids race legend cars. I didn't know any of that. I just knew going to the big track on Sundays. So there was no pressure for me to start racing. I caught the bug when I was about 14, 15. That's when my brothers started racing, and I got more involved, and I was all in from there. So I actually had to beg for them to let me start racing. So yeah, no pressure at all. And now that I'm doing it, it's there's no pressure for really anything. It's my dad does a lot for me, but he's not on me making me do anything or making me not do anything. It's been a fun couple of years.
I'm sure he wants the best for you as well, and we want the best for you as well. It's going to be great to see you representing us short track racers when it comes to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Martinsville tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome to see you race that, and that's going to really open some eyes saying, who is this Luke Baldwin kid? And we know you're going to do well. So thanks for spending some time in the Bullring. We wish you nothing but success at Martinsville and this weekend in the Thompson Icebreaker. Thanks, Luke.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Luke Baldwin joining us here on the Bullring. And Spencer has made the list of our drivers that we recognize as we go around the horn and recognize some winners from across the country in short track racing here on the Bullring. Congrats to these winners. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Bullring. I want to thank our special guest and co-host, Adam Mackey. Well, that was a bunch of fun talking with Adam and our great guests, Cole Butcher and Brandon Fuller from Dominion Raceway. Cole's got a big win behind him already this year in the ASA Stars. And how neat was that? Literally on his way to his first NASCAR race, Luke Baldwin joined us here on the Bullring as well. The next time we have our program, we'll tell you in a couple weeks' time, we're going to have our guests on. When you see that social post, make sure you comment with a question or a video question for our next guest. We hope to use it on the show as well. Until our next program here on the Bullring, I'm Jim Tretow on behalf of the entire crew. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you at a Bullring real soon. The Bullring's produced and hosted by Jim Tretow. Producer Kurt Schrader. Video editor Vincent Villarreal. Special thanks Bob Sargent and Marty Mello Track Enterprises. Colin Smith with Racing America and Tony Stevens. The Bullring is an exclusive presentation produced by Track Enterprises in conjunction with Racing America.